share it. As soon as you put it on your page, I'm going to share it from your page to my page.
Hey, y'all.
I just clip it on my shirt.
Mm-hmm. Hey, everybody.
Help me out here.
I'll get you in a minute.
Like, this fancy.
It's all because of my brother P. Y'all see this? This all because of P. Some sound I'm getting ready to put in.
I got it.
All righty, you got it?
I'm good.
Hey, 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 hey. Tracy Allen, living in my truth.
It's Andrea, y'all.
Hey.
Hello.
Got my sister Andrea on here. Girl, she's powerful. I'm going to let y'all know, so you better get ready for this one. You know? And you know I'm going to make my little few announcements at the beginning so I can keep everybody up on the up and up and what's happening here. Y'all know we're going to do Living in My Truth LMMT Awards. You know, hopefully everybody can come. You know, tickets are now really going fast. People are calling for tables, okay? So I'm trying to keep the tables open, you know, freely for a lot of my honorees, you know. But we still have plenty tickets. It's to the point now where I may have to open the upstairs up. And if that's what it takes, that's what it takes. Y'all know these hands. You know what I do. So, you know, it's going to come through. Y'all got to come on out and walk the purple carpet, baby. Theirs is red, but mine's is purple. What? Mine's is purple, baby.
Okay.
And you got to dress to impress because we're going to put that thing on. Hear what I'm saying? We putting that thing on just like last year. It can only get better. That's all this can do. You know, and thanks to you people, everybody, my family, thanks to all of y'all, because you are my family, you know, for making this happen. I couldn't do this if it wasn't for you guys. You know, so these people, 15 people being honored this year. You know, last year I honored 27.
What?
You know, hey, what's up, y'all? I honored 27 people. You know, hey, Marquise. That's my job son. Love him to death. Yeah, last year, y'all know how it was. We had a beautiful time. When I tell you, everybody was there for the purpose.
Okay.
And the reason. We ate, we mingled, we gave out the awards, we had entertainment, you know what I mean? It was beautiful.
Sounds
you
like
know,
fun.
and the people just kept telling me, you got to continue this.
Wow.
See, that's only God. You got to continue this. So this is why we have 2026 LNMT Awards, you know, and all my honorees are awesome. All of them came on here and did such a great job. Y'all know because y'all shared it all with me, you know, and this year it's going to be even better. Y'all know I can't see. Somebody going to be saying, get your glasses on sooner or later.
Too. I like your glasses.
Thank you. They ain't nothing but readers, you know. Yeah, so, guys, hey, Breon, how are you?
Hey, y'all.
Ooh, y'all know I always make a poo-poo every daggone time. I always try. I still ain't got it yet, y'all. That's something. But guess what I do got? I got this. And I got you guys still coming on and still listening and giving feedback. And that's the most beautifulest thing in the world. Hey, Frank, how you doing? I'm always shouting out names, so pay me no mind.
Okay.
I just love it, and I'm good for that, you know. Again, our honorees is Quanisha Swigert, Councilman Fred Green, Bishop Anthony C. Hanna, Anitra Green, Bayot Williams, Marta Cotman, Rufus Cotman, Tara Jones, Dr. Reverend William Rocky Brown, Erica Tillery, Mary Almond, Coretta Kinder, and Dr. Tracy Townsend, and my girl, Sharon Potts. And guess who's added? The most foremost and the last?
Me.
And here it is, y'all. The final honorees are here. You follow? And I have this year, I'm doing a Living in My Truth Distinguished Civic Impact Recipients, which means outstanding outreach, for these young ladies that have, impact the city with all of the blessings that they do and they give. And that is Tanisha Palmer, Trina Smith, Sharona Brown, Chaplain Amanda Johnson, Councilwoman Tamika Williams, and oh God, y'all know I get those brain freezes. I'll come back to that. And these girls are going to be, ladies are going to be honored for all of what they do in the city, y'all. They need the props. They deserve it. It's God given. They do what they do, and everybody can't do what they do. You follow? And I feel honored to be the one on the Ellen MT's award to honor these young ladies and all these individuals. So y'all come on out and check us out. We got entertainment, we got food, we got prizes, and then of course the honorees. We have gifts, so come on out, and let's honor these honorees, okay? So we have, I just always have to get that together now, y'all, because y'all know, guess what? We only got a month. It's only a month from now.
It's going to come by fast.
You see that?
Yeah.
Look, we was talking about this Christmas time.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
Wow.
And now it's weeks away. You know what I'm saying? And I want to make it one of the most beautiful experiences that you have been to, especially all of us that's in recovery. Because, see, we party in recovery. We just don't drink a drug. That's a beautiful thing.
Yes.
Wait till you see. And most people be like, I don't know, because, they're going to be talking about this. You need to hear about it still. You know what I mean? But it's not all what you think it is. This is an event that I feel as though these wonderful, beautiful people that come on and share their strengths and hopes on here with all you wonderful, beautiful people, and it's helping people. That's the most important part of this, is to help the still suffering or the next alcoholic or drug addict, people with depression, people with psych issues, you know what I mean? Gambling issues, sex issues, you know what I mean? It's all kinds of addictions, and only you know what they are. Hey, son, my son Amir, so come on, y'all, keep coming, because this couch is getting famous. I'm telling you. What'd you say?
It's a nice couch,
This couch is getting famous, y'all.
Nice couch,
I'm
too.
telling you. And I'm so proud, and I give God all the glory. All right, so our topic is, what I name the topic? Our topic is, hold up, let me get it.
Turning pain
into purpose then and now. Okay? So I have my sister here, Andrea. Right?
Hey, y'all. Yep.
She gonna put her thing down. She's full of information, education, and so brave. You know what I mean? This is gonna be a good one, y'all, so get ready. All right? I'm gonna give this to Andrea.
All right, so
Hey,
hi,
Dad.
everybody. Some of you guys might tune in to CMP Radio.
Oh, I should have
and
said
know
that.
me as Drea B on Uncomfortable Conversations. I'm so honored to be sitting here on Miss Tracy's couch. And this is going to be some real deep conversation, because I'm going to be talking about, like, my history and my mom. My mom was a former addict. We don't have a relationship. I'm 43 years old, and I can say that addiction is a big reason as to why we don't have a relationship. Then she has mental health issues. So you got to think about this. When people have dual diagnoses, you're doing drugs and you have mental health issues. And I think my mom had mental health issues before she started doing the drugs.
A lot do. They do the drugs to not have to think about it or hide it,
Right. And like my mom, if you looked at her, she was pretty as a picture, and she did heroin. I would have never known, like looking at her, like she was a drug addict, and it really destroyed our relationship. Well, we don't even have one, and even talking about this is kind of hard, because it's like, I'm 43. I haven't seen my mom since 2007.
Wow.
And I used to chase her. Like, I stopped chasing her around like 2017. And I realized when people have like addiction issues and mental health issues, they sometimes don't want to face things that remind them of their past.
Absolutely. Yep. That's
So it's like to be able to accept, like, okay, it's not me, it's her sickness.
true. That's right.
And not to have that resentment. But I'm not going to lie, Miss Tracy, I got to look at you. That's hard not to have resentment.
Rub a little bit more. It is hard. I'm not going to tell you that's not hard. It is hard. And it hurts. It hurts. And you get mixed up, you know, in between hurt and harsh.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? All the bad things, emotions that we have is tearing you apart. I could feel you on that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Because I felt it. You know what I'm trying to say?
Right.
You know, so yeah, I understand it to the utmost. Definitely. Share about it, because when you're done, you're going to feel good.
The hard part about it is, it's like, I know that it's not my fault that she had the addiction issues.
Absolutely not.
However, I am impacted by it.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And my mom has rejected me pretty much the majority of my life.
Mm-hmm.
And that's hard. It's really, really, really hard. That's probably why I never wanted to like dibble and dabble with drugs. Mm-hmm. Because my grandfather, her father, was a kingpin drug dealer. Mm-hmm. So my whole mom's side of the family, like all addicts. Mm-hmm. So I always had the fear is like, if I even dibble dabble, like I'm predisposed to having an issue with addiction because that's on that bloodline. Like I had a fear. That fear stopped me from doing certain things, but I'm like, I'm glad I never dibbled and dabbled, but sometimes I'd be like, wow, what would my life be if my mom never did drugs? Mm-hmm. So that's kind of emotional for me because I'm like, we don't talk. Let me tell you, the last time I reached out to her in 2017, I texted her on the phone. You know what she said?
A little loud.
She said, bitch, don't text my phone anymore. That was the last contact I had. She would never answer the phone. Mm-hmm. She wouldn't answer the phone. Mm-hmm. But I texted her because I actually had bought a plane ticket to go surprise her.
Wow.
She lives in a whole nother state. Mm-hmm. I told her I was coming, had a hotel, rent a car, everything. Bitch, you're not welcome to my house.
Wow.
That was in 2017. And from then, I just didn't look back. But the hurt, even though it's like just talking about it, it does bring up different emotions. Because I'm like, drugs changed my whole world. Mm-hmm. And I'm glad that I didn't, dibble and dabble, but I just be like, man, drugs destroyed like my whole mom's side of the family. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, drugs, man,
they vicious.
Vicious. They don't have no picks.
Don't discriminate. Don't discriminate in age, creed, race, doesn't matter. Don't discriminate. It's going to do what it do.
And I think about like the trauma, like how people, sometimes, drink, smoke because they don't want to deal. And then my mom's side of the family, that's just a whole
way of living.
Yes.
You just got it in.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Still got them kind of families out here. You still got those type of people out here. You know what I mean? And you're not alone. You know what you sound like just then? I don't know if anybody ever watched Atlanta Housewives.
Of course.
And what's the girl? One that was always will read you in a minute. They got her off the show. The model, Miss America. Kenya, mom. You sound like this very.
I know my story. My story. Yeah.
I'm listening. My heart went right there.
Yeah, that story.
You know
resonates.
What I'm saying? It's so similar.
I cried. I cried like a baby. Mm-hmm. I was just like, but I was like, I cannot keep on chasing. But I realized it's nothing personal against me.
It's not. It's not your fault either.
But it still don't feel good.
But yeah, you're gonna take the wrath of the pain. Because like, why me? You know what I mean? What did I do?
I used to say that.
Mm-hmm. What did I do? I'm telling you, when I watched her, I said, boy, I wish I can get her to sit on the couch. You know what I'm saying? But hearing these stories again over and over a lot, I hear these. There's so much in the room. I mean, in the world of what I work. You know what I mean? And people, I just hear it so much, and it's hard to be able to say, well, you're going to fix that. You know what I'm saying? She'll come around. I don't like to say that to people too much because I know that disease is cunning, baffling, and powerful. And being dual diagnosed with mental health, the mental health has to be fixed before the sickness. You know what I mean? And that's so true. It's so true. And you really don't know what your mom went through. You know, she never shared a story to you.
I do know. It's
Okay, so,
generational. So my mom had mental health issues. Her mother had mental health issues. It's like 3 generations.
3 generations.
So this is another
3 generations of this.
So this
y'all.
is another reason why I got into podcasting, because I know there's other people with stories similar to mine, but are afraid to talk about it. And I feel like talking about it has actually helped me, because I used to be very depressed. Like, I would go through moments where I'd be like, why doesn't my mom love me? You know, why I don't have a relationship with my mom's side of family?
And seeing other people having that. But
it was really hard. It still is hard. I'm 43 and I still would love to have my mom in my life. But it's like, I can't chase her.
No. And you can't make her accept you either.
Facts.
You know what I mean? But I find that having a higher power, you know, and come to believe in a higher power, you know, and talk to him and share it with him and learn how to heal yourself. You know what I mean? In other words, accept the things you can't change the things you can, and have the wisdom to know the difference. Our information in drug and alcohol is powerful. It's like it says the right things for the right reasons. You know what I'm saying? And it helps you to understand more and overcome your pain. You know, your mom may not never turn around. We're going to pray and hope that she does, you know, because I know every sick person has a perfect timing. I believe that. You know what I mean? Even though you're 43, you know what I'm saying? But we all live one day at a time. And I don't know, you know, if tomorrow's going to be that day, you know, but we're going to pray and hope that one day will be the day.
But you know what, Miss Tracy, I just learned I pray to accept what is. See, the thing is, sometimes we pray for things and it's not meant to happen. So praying to understand, like, hey, this is not meant. It's not meant for this relationship. It's not meant for this job. It's not meant for this or that. And being okay. Because I prayed for years that she would pick up the phone and say, hey, daughter, I love you. It's been a long time.
I feel that too. I would want to feel that. I used to always want my dad to turn around and tell me he loves me. You know what I mean? And he was like just the monster. You follow what I'm saying? You know, as my coming up, my mother, I never remember my mother ever telling she loved me, but they just didn't say that. You know what I mean? And I did my kids that way. You know what I mean? Today we tell each other we love each other all the time. You follow? I was mad when I heard my daughters telling their dad every time they hung up, I love you. You know what I mean? I said, well, how come y'all don't tell me that? They said, because Mom, you don't ever. You don't ever tell us that. My dad been telling us this all our life.
Right.
You know? And that made me think. That made me turn around and say, Dad, I didn't. I loved them as the babies, but as they got older, I love them. They know I love them. Like I knew my mother loved me.
Right.
But she never said it to me. You know what I'm saying? I heard her say, I love all my children. She mad or something going on. But my mother never, I can't recall ever her telling me that she loves me.
But look how you were able to shift. Look how you were able to shift. Some people be so stuck in their ways. Well, my mom didn't do this and my dad. And then they just, whatever they known, they don't have the ability to shift and
Girl,
change.
look, if it wasn't for that rehab that I went into, NA and AA, and most importantly, the 12 steps of Narcotics Anonymous and Alcoholic Anonymous, that thing taught me a whole new me, a whole new life. You follow? That I love me and I can hold myself accountable and I can pray every day, all the time. You know what I mean? And think back on everything that I possibly can, and I did. You know, some people set my amends and some people didn't. And it also taught me how to live and let God, from what you just said, you know, even about your mom.
Right.
But I used to always want my dad to be a dad, you know what I mean? And my dad was the monster. You know what I'm saying? I didn't understand drugs alcoholism. That I was a kid.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like you said, I suppressed a whole lot of it. You know what I mean? That made me mad. And it made me fight when I was young because other people's dads that I know, my friends, they all had them families like the Dan Brady Bunch. You know what I mean? But we didn't have that. But my mother stood tall. My mother did everything to make her kids happy and kept us together all the way up until my mother left this earth. And what she did sticks with all of us. We go through things.
Of course.
But when it comes to one and we need the whole, we're always there. You follow what I'm saying?
I get you.
Now, being angry at my mom at times as a kid, yes, because I didn't really understand.
Right.
I felt like my mom, if they got the Malibu Barbie, here I go, y'all. All I wanted was a Malibu Barbie.
Oh.
And I still had the little paper dolls. You know what I mean? That you had to cut the clothes out and put them on the doll. Y'all know what I'm talking about. You know, and all my friends and Robbie Too Good and them all had the little Malibu cars.
Like, I want that too.
Yeah, and all that stuff. And they used to tease me because I wouldn't let me put my paper doll in the car, you know, in the van
Right.
and all that stuff. Shit made me mad, you know?
Right.
And it used to make me be mad at my mom saying, I want a Barbie, you know what I mean? And then I can't tell her that I'm mad, you know
Right.
what I'm saying? So I suppressed it all, you know? And that anger held with me for a long time, you know what I mean? Until I got older and became a teenager, and it reflected off through school and everything, you know? People having more than me and all this stuff, so I chose the street and learned how to get my own stuff. You know what I'm saying? My mother had a gift of sewing. I learned how to sew.
Wow.
You know, so I know everything that I got from my mom that made me today, though.
Okay.
You know what I mean? As a kid, I didn't understand it. You know what I mean? Because I had some diseases, cunning, baffling, and powerful. And I know it worked on me for years. You know what I'm saying? Because the devil will always, which is disease to me, will always try to keep you in his hands versus knowing God's hands. You know what I mean? Because it pulled me right from what my mother taught me. We went to church, ushers, all that stuff, everything. Hey, D, you know, all of that. You
But
follow
that
what I'm
foundation
saying?
never departed. You got back to it.
Hey, look, stronger than ever. I know my mother's proud of me today. My mother seen me get clean.
Wow.
My mother helped me get clean. My mother stood by my side the whole time I was clean.
Wow.
You know, I used to talk to my mother about everything. I let my mother know what I was doing in the streets. So nobody else had to come back and tell her nothing.
That's
You
respect.
follow what I'm saying? I really opened up to my mom, and my mom opened up to me. You understand? And she called it the devil, and I called it disease.
Wow.
You follow what I'm saying?
follow you.
But yeah, I let her know that I was angry at her when I was young. You know, that I didn't like my dad because I didn't like him putting his hands on her. You know, and then us. You know what I mean?
Right.
It was crazy. You know, but I also forgave my father. You follow me? When I got 30 and I got caught up, I've learned that through, here I go again, them 12 steps of Narcotics Anonymous and Alcoholic Anonymous, the rooms, NA, AA, you know what I mean? And that rehab and the people who came together that I didn't even know and helped me learn how to help myself.
Wow.
You follow? That's powerful to me.
It is.
You know what I mean? And when I promised God that I was going to always give this back, I've been in this field and working this all this time. Even in my slip days. You know what I mean? I still remain a drug and alcohol counselor. Wow. You follow? Because in my heart, it's like a whole gift that he gave me. You know?
He gave you a second chance.
He gave me another chance. Say it again.
Gave you a second chance.
And I appreciate that. I appreciate that. I don't even miss all those things. I've forgiven my father. I forgave everybody that I could remember that did something to me. But see, everybody was looking at what I was doing. You know what I mean? Like their records was clean. You know? But when I started sharing that thing out, they had to realize, yeah, you was a part of it too. You know what I mean? People are good at looking at, but can't look at self. You understand what I'm saying? Just like your mom has mental health issues. And I'm not a doctor, lawyer, Indian chief. I tell everybody that. But I've been working with it for so long, and I've seen so much, and I've learned so much from it. Mental health is serious.
Oh, I know.
And what I was saying by that was you know, like you said, your mom, it goes back into 3 generations.
3 generations.
You know, my dad, it was like that too. Everybody drank. His father, his father's father, and they all was mean, and they all fought, beat on their women and all that kind of stuff. See, some of that is generational gap. I understand. You know what I mean? Because that's the way it was then for them. You know what I'm saying? You know, they always kept us black people separated from our mothers and our fathers, you know, our ancestors and all that kind of stuff. And that thing is still going on today, you know, in this world that some people just got their eyes closed with. But the same thing was going on then is going on now, as far as I see, in a whole new generation. You know what I mean? The tagging of the slaves, Social Security numbers. You know, it gets deeper with jail numbers. You know what I'm saying? Then the Social Security numbers. You follow what I'm saying? It all connects to me. Everything just makes, put them hearts going. Because this thing is real. Everything just connects and makes sense. You know what I'm saying? They control everything and everything about us. And the main purpose was to keep us apart and break us apart. The mothers from the children, the fathers from the sons. You know what I mean? And in me, I see all this today. You know what I mean? Working in drug and alcohol and being an addict and sharing and caring with people, I've learned so much. And for me, this is just me.
Okay.
I see it like, you know, well, nothing's changed. Time has just changed. And the same thing is going on then that was going on now. You know what I mean? We may be up on things a little bit, but they did what they needed to do for us.
True.
You understand what I'm saying? They already accomplished what they wanted from black people to keep us down. You follow what I'm saying? And this is what we all coming up with and growing up with. You know, I'm not saying everybody, you know, has to be, you know, the consequences of being a drug and alcoholic, but it sure is a whole hell of a lot of us. You follow what I'm saying? And now we just not drinking and drugging, we killing. And we killing each other. You follow what I'm saying? Our children don't even know anything about love no more. You know what I mean? So I know you hurt, but believe me, a lot of these kids is hurting out here.
I know. I work in the school system.
Yeah, you know what time it is. And they got their moms, but they don't have their moms. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And nowadays they get mad at mom, they'll shoot mom. You know what I'm trying to say?
Right.
They'll kill you because you're a teacher and you telling them what to do.
Yeah.
You follow? We see it on the news every day. You know what I mean? It's more important to the children now, and that's not all children. So please, everybody, don't take this on the negative side because y'all know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? They out there, they out of control. They out of control. Parents are scared of kids now.
Facts.
You know what I mean? Dads is scared of sons now. Sons don't give 2 craps about dad. You know what I mean? Especially the ones that wasn't there. You know?
Right.
My son, we had a dilemma, you know, that, you know, I thought, you know, and if this didn't happen, you could have never told me this in a million years. You know what I mean? That my son wasn't my first love's son. You understand? We didn't find out until 44 years later.
Wow.
And I know that hurt him, you know, but it hurt me too because I had no clue.
Wow.
That happened. You know what I mean? And when he told me, I went into a little mass. You know what I'm saying? And I know he did too. You know what I mean? Because all these years for him, he was feeling that.
Right.
About his dad. And the crazy thing about it is, my oldest son, he looked white as a baby. I didn't even want to bring him home from the hospital, girl. I was selling weed stuff for this white guy and stuff. And them jokers was telling me I had a white baby. No, indeed, I did not. You know what I mean?
Right.
And he ended up being his father's blood. But my second son that looked just like him, that their family accepted and everything, ended up not being his kid.
Wow.
And if my son didn't go through what he went through, I wouldn't have never been able to share this.
Wow.
You understand what I'm saying? Because you couldn't have never told me that. And then who his father turned out to be, it was like, are you kidding me? You follow? And he had to help me truly to remember this.
Wow.
You know, that's how suppressed all that was. You know what I mean? And end up being one time and it happened. You know?
Wow.
But I never knew that happened. I was young, you know, but still. You know what I mean? But I thank God today, my higher power, that my son got what he wanted. You know what I'm saying? And what he needed to feel his fulfillment. You know what I mean? I'm still on the side. Y'all gonna let be like, hell, I didn't want that joker to be the one. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, we was cool and everything, but that boy crazy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But it happened.
But you know what's so refreshing about this conversation? You're so open and transparent. And I feel like in my family, like my dad thinks I'm a little too expressive. My dad is like really reserved. You know what I'm saying? He's like from the old school. He's about
Old
your
school.
age. It's like
Old
we don't
school.
talk about our feelings. We don't.
Look, let me.
Yeah, we don't talk about our feelings. You know, we don't. Cause I said to him today, I said, you ever tune into the podcast? Oh, I'm not into that stuff. You know, I just don't. I'm like, but did you ever check it out? Nah, I just don't. You know, that's talking about feelings and stuff. And I'm just like,
He may be suppressed with a lot of things.
I know that to be true, but
Yeah.
I don't push. But it's refreshing that you are open because y'all like around the same age. And I love him. Not put him out there, but he's not somebody that's expressive.
That
like
you
that.
can really like
Right.
sit down and talk
Yeah,
with.
yeah. So I'm like, man. So this is why I do podcasting because it's like, this is how I use my
And
voice.
you damn
This
good
is
at
how
it. She
I
is
help other
good at it,
people.
y'all. Y'all got to check her out.
Because there's so many people that have so many things suppressed,
Oh, man.
man.
Yes.
And they can't talk to their parents. They can't talk to their kids. They can't talk to their coworkers. It's just like, it's just heavy.
Well, guess what?
Sitting on the couch.
Come on in. That's what this thing is all about and is for. It's no more room to be shamed. You know what I mean? Because when you share and you release, you gain. You know what I mean? You gain so much self-confidence. You know what I
Facts.
mean? You find out who you are. You know what I mean? Say it again. Facts. You know?
Facts.
And when you could tell a story and you could tell it yourself, who cares what anybody else thinks?
And you know what?
You know?
I had to get to this place because Miss Tracy, I kind of was like, I felt like I broke out of this mode of suppressing things at 40. At 40, I was like, hey, the way I've been doing things has not worked for me.
Go ahead.
So I have to be more vocal. I have to say what I mean what I say.
That's
and
right.
it may mean some people may not like me.
They
Some
not going
people
to.
may just not understand me, but being okay with expressing myself. So I feel it's freedom in that.
Absolutely. It's peace.
It is.
It's peace, y'all. I feel so much peace in my life now. You know what I mean? Because I live for me. You know what I mean? I have to live for me first so I can live for my children. I can live for my grandchildren, my great-grandchildren, my sisters, my brothers, my loved ones, my friends. You know, for you. You know what I mean?
Right.
To come to do what I do. You know what I mean? For me, it's a purpose. I feel like it was a purpose for me to do what I'm doing because I gave God my promise. I gave him my word that I will always give this back to people, places, and certain things that goes on. And I'm telling you, my walk has been tremendous. You know what I mean? But my talk is greater. You follow what I'm saying?
follow.
And that's just how I feel about myself. Some people will never forgive me for certain things that I did, and I just live and let God. I'm not angry at them because things that I did, but I accept the things that I can't change. I can't change it.
Right.
You know what I mean? All I could do is ask for forgiveness. You know what I mean? And if they don't want forgiveness, I am not an ass kisser. I just keep that real and I keep that straight. I ain't going there.
Oh, I know.
You know what I mean? I'm going to continue to pray. You follow what I'm saying? And I'm just going to have to go into another direction. But I know in my heart, when I said, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. You know?
Right.
And when I'm ready to surrender and hold myself accountable for what I did, at that point in time, in my steps, you know, working my steps.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I was ready to do what the steps was telling me to do. That's why I'm telling y'all, these 12 steps of Narcotics Anonymous is the best thing that ever came in my life and a whole lot of other people's life. It has taught us how to live a normal lifestyle. And it just get better and better and greater and greater. And I recommend it to anybody. You follow? Even if you don't have a drug and alcohol problem. You might have like I said, different addictions that you have.
Yep.
This thing works. It works. I recommend it to anybody. You know what I mean? To check it out, you know, and live. And as I was saying, you know, step 8 was like to make a list of all persons we had harmed and become willing to make amends to them all. That's one of our steps. That's step 8. You know what I mean? See, for every step that the 12 steps of Narcotics Anonymous has, it starts you first to surrender to a higher power. And then it allows you, you know, to start doing the work that you have to do, and to know that your change is real.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That you are humble. You're ready to, make amends. You're ready. Like step 4 for me. Step 4 is taking a moral inventory on self.
I do that
Let me
all
tell
the
you,
time.
everybody needs to do that.
I do that all the time.
Everybody needs to do it.
All the time.
You know what I mean? Because some people think they ain't got no stank with them. You know what I mean?
We all got a little stank with- we all do.
some people really think they don't. You know what I mean? The little groups, you know what I mean? And the gangs, all that kind of stuff. They really think they don't stink. The little Hasidity ones, all that kind of stuff. But see, that used to bother me back in the day. But today I pray for them. I really do. I pray for them. People who always tried to make me feel like they was better than me and they got better than me. They got the because at the time I ain't had no diploma. I quit school 4 times in the 9th grade.
Wow.
You follow me? When I found out I could just sign myself out, I was the signest out of school person
Wow.
in the world. But God allowed me to get a GED, and that GED took me all the way to where I'm at today.
Wow.
You follow what I'm saying? I don't have a degree, but I have a degree. You understand what
I
I'm
hear
saying?
you.
I got the highest degree you can ever have. You know what I mean? Because I found a higher power greater than myself in my life. You know what I mean? In my field, they have masters, they have all that, but I have the walk that I can talk. I have the experience. I am an addict. I am a recovering addict. You understand what I'm saying? A recovering junkie. Call it what you like. You know what I mean? So I have a lot to say. I have a lot more to let these people know from this heart, because I'm just like them. You follow what I'm
But
saying?
the fact that you can own it, everybody
That's
can't do
right.
that.
It wasn't easy. Believe me, it wasn't easy. Like I said, these 12 steps is what brought me to my life. These 12 steps has brought me to surrender, and come to a point where I was sick and tired of being sick and tired. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm saying about, with your mom. Change is constant. Some people can change. Your mom might keep praying for your mother.
I do.
Keep praying for your mother. I'm telling you, keep putting prayers in. I hope everybody hear this so we could put prayers up for her mother. You know what I'm saying? And all the mothers that don't have that, communication with their children or their daughters, because I can't say that I felt that before, because I didn't. My mother was always there.
Okay.
You know what I mean? But from my father, I could say that. But from my mom, mom's is mom.
Right.
So I definitely understand where you're coming from. I can say that, but I cannot say, I've experienced that. You know what I mean? But from hearing and sharing and caring with all the women that I share and care from, I've heard it so many times.
And those
did you see how you took me straight to?
Yeah.
What's her name on Housewives?
Kenya.
Kenya.
I knew who you was talking about. 'Cause I resonated with her story.
Yeah,
I boo-hooed when I saw that.
Yeah, yeah. I know you had to be in tears
I was in tears. And I think about like abandonment wounds. They can get you into addiction. You feeling that loneliness.
Yeah.
Next thing you need, you drinking, you smoking, doing all the things that you shouldn't be doing because you don't want to feel. You just want to numb that pain. So I know how that. I've been there. And it didn't do me no good. It didn't do me no good. And codependency, when you codependent on something, it is like a drug. So,
your mom. You saying your mom has the mental health. Like I know, like there's a lot of people that watch this episode, this live that, and even some have been on the couch.
Okay.
That can help you as well. You know what I'm saying? Like not having somebody you love that's not in your life feel like it's part of grieving.
ooh.
Do you feel that? It's part of grieving.
Grieving somebody that's still alive is
It's terrible, isn't it?
hell yeah.
Yeah, it feels like to me like it's part of grieving because it gets that bad. It gets that deep. And then that person is alive and they don't want anything to do to you. There's nothing wrong with getting help. There's nothing wrong with getting counseling. I had a friend of mine. Actually, she's one of my honorees this year, Anitra Green.
Okay, I know Anitra.
You know Anitra?
Of course.
Anisha is a bad girl. You know what I mean? She has so many different connections, and she has that business that can help you, get through what you're going through. But you got to go through to get through, to come through. Yeah. You know that, right? We have Who else is on here that's dealing with that same thing, that she hasn't been on my couch yet, but she's being honored. You know what I mean?
Okay.
At the award show, you know, she's going through a little bit of something through her life right now. You know what I mean? But she never gives up on what she do. You know what I'm saying? And that's Tanisha Palmer.
You know what you
know?
what you just said sparked a thought. Like
She's great with it too.
grieving while sober, being sober is even tougher. It's grief itself is hard. But when you have no vice, no drugs, no alcohol, no sex, no food, like you have to sit with those emotions.
Oh God, the emotion thing is
That is
that
tough.
thing is vicious.
That is tough.
Emotions are vicious.
Yeah.
Especially if y'all, some people say devil, I say disease. You know, when I was at dis-ease, y'all know I speak about dis-ease, DIS/EASE. When I first started getting clean and you know, was trying to get my emotions back, because you know sickness snatch it, zoop, and zip you of all your emotions first. You know what I'm saying? First, you know, and you don't know how to use them anymore because it actually snatch them out of your life. You don't even remember what they felt like. You know, when you are under the influence of addiction, you know, it don't even allow you to think about it. You know what I mean? It becomes anger, resentment, hate. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Fear. You know, fear is terrible.
Right.
You follow what I'm saying? And you carry this with you, and it deforms you. You know, like your mom. It deformed your mom. You know what I'm saying? Your mother don't know how to feel.
I agree.
She's been stripped. Your mother has been, like you said, it's been hereditary for her. And I'm just saying what I know about recovery. You know what I mean? I know about those type of things. You know what I'm saying? And I know that, you know, if she can dig deep down, you know what I mean, and get past whatever put her where she is,
I don't think she has the strength to do that.
I believe she does. But my thing, because I believe that any and everybody can recover.
If they want to.
Yep, that's my saying. That's what I just said. If she digs deep down. Before I surrendered to any damn thing, I was defending my lies. I was defending everything about me. You know what I mean? And when
That's
you said
real.
something right about me, you're now I'm ready to fight you. You know what I mean? I'm ready to cuss you out. And I know you telling the truth, but I can't feel that truth.
Right.
All I feel is a lie because
Right.
that's what we become. So we live our lie, you know what I mean? And we can't fix the lie. You follow? Until we learn how to surrender and know that these things are really happening to us. You know what I mean? Your mother don't know a lot of things that's happening to her. She's something could have happened to your mother as a child. You may not even know the story. You know what I mean? But your mother know. Your mother know because she's her.
Let's talk about that.
Let's talk about that. Yeah.
In black communities and black families, people keeping secrets,
Woo!
carrying
Girl,
secrets.
Oh, my back then was the secret life.
Keeping secrets.
Yes.
And it's really tearing the family apart.
And
Secretly.
they don't even realize it,
They
but
don't-
that's that generation. And that's how things was. We're not the fault of that. You know what I'm saying?
You're right.
And a lot of those lies turned us out. Turned a lot of people out.
But
a
when
lot of those holding back the truths. You know what I mean? Thinking, oh, I don't want to hurt her. But you did.
Right.
You know what I mean? You
Right.
did. And some still won't confess.
Right.
They still won't tell you what you need to know.
Right.
You know what I mean? So your mother has a start on what she become. You understand? I don't know if you'll ever get to know that. Or can I say this?
Go ahead.
You could have been a rape child. You know what I'm saying? You could have been, somebody could have raped you. You follow? And your mother's angry behind that. And she don't want that because they gave her a baby. You follow what I'm saying? I hear that a lot in the rooms. I hear that a lot from my clients. You know what I'm saying? So she's angry.
But I know that's not to be true. Her and my dad were married. So
Don't matter if you're married or you're not. My girlfriend, I got a girlfriend who mom and dad was married, and her mom was treating her just like your mother was treating you. And I helped my friend. I said, friend, you got to love her. My friend is a Christian. You got to act like one. You got to know that God's going to take care of you. And before you know, she used to talk stuff, you know, do stuff. My mother, this, I can't stand it. And she listened.
But you know what's interesting with that situation? I have a sister My sister is severely autistic, nonverbal, 33 years old. She's like a child. So you see, I never wish nothing bad on her. Mm-hmm. But my mom has a child, a grown adult child that will never leave the home.
Right, got you.
And her husband takes care of both of them. My mom doesn't even have interactions with her daughter that lives in the home with her. And I know this because I reached out to my stepfather.
Your mother has issues.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
So that's why I accept.
But she got a good man that's taking care of it then. If he taking care of both of them. Whatever that journey is, or what that journey means.
That's a lot.
But I know that make you feel like, damn, why not me? There's a story behind everything. Has a story. Every situation has a story.
Well, I feel like my life is so much better without her.
Without her?
I'm going to be honest.
I mean, I respect it.
I'm
not
love
saying
her.
like,
I love her.
on your mom's side, but I'm talking about the sickness of what she's living. Yeah.
I love her for being the vessel to get me here, but I believe it's kind of good that she's not in my life. For sure.
Here goes some people. Anitra. Oh, here's Anitra. Anitra's on here. Hey, Anitra. Anitra's on. Anitra says sex abuse. I can't see. That's crazy. You can read it out if you want to hear.
Sex abuse is a big one. A lot of my clients in recovery were abused emotionally.
Mary Almond says secrets. Them secrets.
Yeah.
You know, how many people went through the fact of the secrets in the families that won't share things.
I'm still unpacking
that
secrets.
We should know.
I'm still unpacking secrets.
So are we. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? And then Regina Morris is watching. Stacy said, good evening, gorgeous queen. Carla Trusty, learning how to trust again. That's big. It's really big because if you can't learn how to trust yourself, you know what I mean? Your life is just going to be like it was. It's going to be worse. It's going to be lonely. It's still going to have pain and it's still going to have fear in it. You know what I mean? You still won't get to know who you are. You know, so the truth is the light and the truth is going to what? Set you free.
But if you don't trust yourself, you can't trust nobody else.
Trust nobody.
Yeah.
So that's the same reverse. If you don't love yourself, you can't love anybody. Because love is vicious. Love is beautiful. You know what I mean? And the love that I thought I had before my addiction, you know, it ain't love. You follow what I'm saying? Love is what I know now. Love is like love is pure. That's what it really is, and it's a sensation of a emotion that's powerful. You hear what I'm saying? Powerful, and you just feel like a flower blooming. You know what I mean? And nobody can come in this flower and let the flower die. You follow what I mean? The flower gets personal. You feel what I'm saying? And it's only water it's going to receive is his and mine. You understand? His and mine. And to anybody else that wants to water this flower in my world, you know what I mean? In my life, you follow? It's my choice to whom's going to do that. Make sense?
Yeah, it does.
Make sense? That's some powerful shit right there, y'all. I'm telling you straight up. Y'all know I get the feeling this thing. I got chills. You follow what I'm saying? Because even though we go through what we go through to get through, to come through, right? That's what you're dealing with.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And when you come through it, you're going to be on the top of all of it. And so far, what you said to me about, well, I still love my mom.
Yeah, I don't hate
You know?
her. I still love her.
I don't hate her. You know, I'm accepting the things that I can't change about her.
Right.
You know, and I'm changing the things I can about myself. You know,
Right.
but most importantly, you're having that wisdom to know the difference. You know, you still can be loved because you come first.
Right,
Out
absolutely.
of everything that's happening here, you come first. And that's going down into the man. You know what I mean?
I agree.
The children, you know what I'm saying? The friends, you know what I'm saying? The sisters and brothers, because you know what you deal with. You know your pain. You know what I mean? You've been digging down to the ground of the dirt to try to fix you. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes people don't know that they could be hurting you. People don't know that they can be, you know, getting in the inside because what you're not. I mean, getting on the inside, but they can't see you hurting on the inside. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
You know how much I had to unlearn though? I've unlearned a lot. From 40 to now, I had to unlearn a lot of different habits. Like the resentment part. I realized at the end of the day, me resenting my mom, resenting certain family members, resenting people that was friends that hurt me, like that resentment is like a poison.
Yeah, it's like
it just
a poison.
eats at you.
It's a villain. It's a villain. It's a Loch Ness monster. It's a villain. You know what I mean? It's a villain. But when you come to recognize that by putting yourself first, let me tell you something. I've learned that first thing first is God and then me.
I live by that same motto too.
I have been through so much that some people could never even see because of what I revealed from the outside of me.
Yeah, you don't wear your pain.
You know, I didn't wear it.
Nope.
You know what I mean? I didn't wear it. You know, and I think that your mom could never see hers because of mental health.
I agree.
Anisha, what you think about that? You know, because of mental health. She said her mom, this is a generational thing, 3 generations, if you still on, you know, and she hasn't gotten for past things with her, or even if she could. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
You know, and I'm quite sure if she could forgive herself, you know, but what you're saying is she still don't want anything to do with you now.
But she has to forgive her parents because her parents had issues. So
Secrets, generational stuff. Secrets, that's what I'm saying. Everybody has a story.
Everybody does.
And this story will go back into generations. You know? It'll go all the way back into generations, and people still don't want to tell you the truth.
Facts.
Your brothers, your sisters, your aunts, your uncles, they still don't want to tell you the truth because they think it will hurt you, or they still in the mentality of being embarrassed.
I've been embarrassed so many times that it's like the truth will set you free.
Paula Trusty said, letting go and letting God free yourself.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I had to do that.
Mary said, Stacy Love. Hey, Stay said, yes, it does. Behind every addiction, there's a story.
Sure
we know
is.
that.
Sure
we
is.
know that, Stay. I know. You know, Anisha Green said, she already read that. Sexual abuse is a big one. It is. It really is. And a lot of people they lose it behind that. A lot of them. They lose it, you know. And then drinking and drugging, if that's what the family was doing, that's what everybody going to do.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's what everybody going to do. Because when everybody was getting high and I didn't getting high, I started getting high. You know what I mean? First drug was weed. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't no healthy thing for me, man. I depended on that thing for reasons. You know what I mean? Have sex, have fun, go to sleep. You know what I mean? Put my head to something that I want to do, to fight, you know, to do everything. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, drugs started young, you know, and a lot of us started off of weed, you know. Today, y'all, God forbid, watch that weed. Man, that weed got killer fentanyl in it. That weed got killer trank in it. You know what I mean? They mixing that weed with meth. You know,
I just seen some of my students seize out in my because of that.
And all of what they putting in it, so many of our kids, babies, mother, father, sister, brothers are having seizures. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I've seen it.
And that's another thing that them folks done did. You know what I mean? They seen how much, you know, we love weed. You know what I mean? Now we got weed damn stores. You know what I mean? Legally. You follow what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They say it don't hurt you now. You follow?
Yeah.
What I'm saying? They put their taste in it. You know? Crazy. Same thing with alcohol. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Alcohol was against the law. You follow? They seen what it do. They took it and they bottled it up. And then they put all these fancy names on them. You follow what I'm saying? Henny. What the heck is a Henny? Henny. You know what I mean? What's that other? Name some of them. I'm going to say weed. Acapulco Gold. Henny. Martinis. Name some more.
Vodka.
I should say, what's that drink I told you I got? You know, Mad Dog 2020.
Oh, God.
Mad
You taking
Dog
it way
damn
back.
That's what
You
I
taking
drank.
it way
That's that
back.
drink I had that night that my son was conceived.
Wow.
This is what I'm trying
That
to tell
Mad
you.
Dog,
and I was
yeah.
a big weed smoker. You know what I mean?
So
I
that combination.
Let me tell you
woo.
something. I don't remember. I didn't remember none of that. Not like that.
Mad Dog. Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's something else that just was suppressed, and alcohol has something to do with it. Because see, when something happened to me, or I'm trying to figure some things out, I'll be thinking hard, after the fact. And then when I'm told what was done,
You like-
I'm like a bow and arrow. Boing, because I got to go all the way back as far as I can go.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And I'm gonna tell the truth about it. You know what I mean? I'm going to talk about it because I got to talk about it with myself and God. You know what I mean? So now I'm back on step 4, taking moral inventory. You follow what I'm saying? From the things that were suppressed in my head through my addiction. You know what I'm saying? Even though that was part of the beginning of my addiction and I didn't know it.
Wow.
Make sense?
Makes sense.
Yeah, you daggone right. I'm gonna tell that thing. I'm gonna tell that thing just like it should be. You know what I'm saying? And I was so hurt behind it. I'm not hurt no more. I just had to face reality. I had to face the truth. You know what I mean? But I'm damn sure happy and pleased that my son got what he needed. Because for a man to be 40-something years old and all his life he never thought this man was his father. Girl, that like you. My mom don't do nothing for me. You know what I mean? It was a space
Wow.
in his life. You know what I mean? And I can only be mom and dad until they got about 5.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? After that, a boy needs his dad. They need a man in their life.
Right.
And then, most men is out there doing the wrong shit. You follow? I can go on and on and on, talking about things in my life, and I hope some of it is giving you some credit. I think you're a beautiful person.
Thank you.
I think every time you share and I listen to you that you just be gutting out that real stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you.
That's what attracted me to you. You know what I'm saying? That night when you started sharing, I was like, there's some couch stuff.
And you got me here on the couch.
And look who I got.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
pain often births purpose,
You got to face the pain, y'all. I'm telling you. Things are hurt. They really will. But at the end of the road, the yellow brick road, once you let it out, you know what I mean? And you stand up to it, you follow, things can only get better. You got to give it to him.
Absolutely.
You follow me? You got to give it to him, and for all that pain that you've been living from a child, you know what I mean? You're doing a great job with it.
Thank you.
Because
Thank
you
you.
don't look nothing like your pain.
Thank you.
You follow what
I
I'm
work
saying?
hard at it, though.
That's right.
To God be all the glory. To God be all the glory.
I'm still working hard in my life. It's so much that went on and happened. Obstacles come left and right for me. I said, man, this disease is cunning, baffling, and powerful. And when I say cunning, baffling, and powerful, this thing just won't give up. It won't leave me alone. But I can hear it when it's talking. You follow what I'm saying? I can see when it's coming. Because I learned how to listen so I could hear and now I see. So I'm more aware of it and my armor is on. You follow what I'm saying? That means through people, places, and things. You follow? That armor come on like Iron Man. I used to, he call up and the arms come, then the head and the legs come. That's what happened. That's how I feel about it.
Okay.
That's why I like Marvels and stuff, girl. I'm a Marvel freak. I love Marvels. Because it ain't nothing about strong men and bad men. You know what I mean? Good and bad. For me, I can put recovery in anything today. You know what I mean? Because I can see. Make sense?
Yeah, makes sense.
I can see, And to some, they still don't get it. You know what I mean?
Right.
And some people still try to throw certain things up in your face. They'll try to hurt you.
Of course.
You know what I mean? But again, like for you, always know sticks and stones could break our bones, but names can't hurt us no more.
Absolutely.
You follow what I'm saying? Because our armor is on. You know what I mean? And if it wasn't, I hope it's on tonight.
For sure.
You follow what I'm saying? That goes for any and everybody who's dealing with any type of situation like that. This is what I love doing, y'all. This is why.
You were made for this.
Hey,
the
look.
passion, like it just.
Hey, look.
It just.
When
flows.
you came to sit on my couch, you don't know how good I felt. I always say to God, another one. Who was that guy, the rapper guy that always say, it's another one in his music? The Spanish guy.
Hold up, who is that?
The Spanish guy. Y'all help me out. The Spanish guy that always say, it's another one. Oh, Anitra said too, I am so proud of you both. The truth is freeing.
Thank
yes,
you,
it is.
Anitra.
Yes, it is. You know Anitra, you say it, right?
Of course I do.
Okay. Stay said again, it sure doesn't give. I'm still tempted to use, but I will not. What's that say?
I will not succumb to the
addiction. That's right, girl. You know, you gotta fight this thing. That's what people don't understand. That we fight sickness for the rest of our lives. This is why we say it never goes away. We can only put it in remission. You know what I mean? Because that voice has become self. Wow. You know what I mean? And you have to accept it because you hear it. It's no, as an addict or alcoholic can't tell me you don't hear the voice. The voice comes first. It's the thought. You follow what I'm saying?
No, I follow you.
Shit, yeah. You know, you gotta plan that shit. You hear that shit. It's gonna tell you what to do, how to do it, and when to do it. You know what I mean? You could be saying, "Nah, I'm not gonna do this," and it's gonna be saying, "You'll be cool," and it'll come right back in your head again.
And see, I have an addictive personality, so that had me scared. Like, if I start this, then it's gonna be hard.
DJ Khaled.
DJ Khaled. Okay. Okay.
And another one. That's what I tell God. It's another one. Shucks, you know.
Right.
And come on and tear this thing up because I'm having fun.
I am too.
We killing it.
I'm so grateful you invited me on.
I'm so
I
grateful
love your
you
pink
came.
too.
Oh, my toes. Well, I need these things done. I ain't mean to take my slipper off.
You got nice toes.
I ain't mean to take the slipper off. I got broke on that all. That thing comes once a month. And maybe a month and maybe a week or two. You know what I'm saying? It costs too much for me. I wish I could go back to the regular stuff. Now my feet won't look right. You know what I mean? You be all self-conscious about it.
Right.
You know, but Carla Trusty said, "Beautiful people." I'm glad you're enjoying it. And here's Mary Almond. That is my girl.
Okay.
You hear me? That is my girl. She's another honoree. Mary Almond. She said, "Yes, I always tell the truth, but others lie out of embarrassment." That's true, man.
That is very true.
That's true, man. And when people, and the crazy thing about it, hey, Sophia, this is the crazy thing about people, you know, that you'll learn to see. Everybody ain't for you.
Absolutely.
And you be surprised the ones who have it out for you that tries to act as if they are for you. You know?
Those are the worst type of people.
Girl! And they can wear that shit so well. So well, but the Father that I know reveals them.
Right.
You hear what I'm saying? Reveals them. This is why a part of people, places, and things is our literature. You know what I mean? It's what they tell us. You know, and the stories that we hear in NA and AA, you know, everybody seemed to be experiencing all of this. Well, how could I not believe it? You know what I mean? When I first went in, man, I was surrounded by so much truth and honesty and you know, the armor's on everybody. I was hungry.
Wow.
When I tell you hungry, man, if my sister is still on here, Dion, it was damn if I do, damn if I don't. Because as much as I went out, I went to NA and AA.
Wow.
So still to some family members, it's like, she still ain't home with those kids. Man, I started taking my kids with me, they'll tell you.
Wow.
You follow what I'm saying? Because they didn't understand what it takes and what it's going to take for me to stay clean. And I was hungry by that time. I ain't missed no meetings. I was hungry by that time. I did 3 90-90s in 90 days, and I always went to meetings, and I helped put meetings together the whole 9 yards. Because I don't care what I touch. My sister told me this the other day. She said, "Trey, it don't matter what you touch. You always bring it to life."
Wow.
You know what I mean? And you always do good by it. That touched my heart, you know, to hear that from my baby sister.
Of course.
You know what I'm saying? Because I know my baby sister sees my change. You know what I'm saying? Enough for her to see that I've changed.
Your change and your light.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You know, and it's like, you know, that's a beautiful thing when it's from the people that you love. But when it's from just the people, places, and things, I'm going to tell y'all the truth. Because I'm still growing. Y'all know that. I'm still a work in progress. I don't care how many years it's been. I haven't touched cocaine in 42 years, just Mother's Day.
Wow.
Made it 42 years. You follow what I'm saying? And I'm grateful for that. I am so grateful for that. You know, but I am still a work in progress. I don't get high-headed. You know what I mean? I'm not going to look down at anybody who relapse. You follow what I'm saying? Because that's part of it. You know, I understand it to the fullness, but I'm still going to try to help them.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because everybody has their perfect timing of this matter. Everybody do. In life with anything, it's always a perfect timing. He knows when it's going to be.
Facts.
You follow what I'm saying? And I'm going to pray and hope that for your mom.
I
You know,
appreciate
I'm going to
that.
never stop praying for your mother.
Thank you.
You know what I'm saying? All the still sick and suffering that's out there, because a lot of us can stop using, but we can't change our thinking. And that's a problem with a lot of people. And they the ones that's in recovery that swear they know everything. They live for just what they was living for out there. They just reversed it into recovery. You know what I mean? I don't use no more, but you still in that same way of thinking.
You
And
want
that-
to change your life, you got to
You
change
want-
your
you
mindset.
got to.
Change your mindset.
You got to. And a lot of people think that they're doing that. And when you try to tell them that, they're taking it as you coming at them. Well, you got work to do. You got work to do. You better get back in these steps.
Right.
You better get back in these books. You know what I mean? How dare you feel like you better than these people that was just like you? You know what I mean? How dare you put yourself over them? You know what I mean? And come at them like you're the best. You know what I mean? We're all a work in progress.
We all can
and
be
that's
humble.
to any and everybody who's doing it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We all are still a work in progress, and we always be till the day we die. There you go.
Absolutely. High five.
Till the day we die. That's right. Till the day we die. It's always a learning process. I tell you, these disease throw things left and right. Left and right. Anitra said there is therapy, and then there is, wait a minute. Oh, wow, I messed it up.
Scroll up.
Up this way?
Yep.
See, I think up is the other way.
Okay, go up a little bit more.
If they throwing this stuff in here, I got to read some of this
Okay,
stuff.
there she go.
Here she
Right
is.
there.
There is therapy, and then there is allowing God
Do some work.
do some work.
from a spiritual place.
Forgiveness.
really is spiritual. No one in their flesh wants to let go of hurt. It requires humility and a spirit. Then it says see more. Click on see more.
Hit that.
And a spiritual revelation.
Absolutely. Well said. Well
Thanks,
said,
Anitra.
Anitra. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Caller Trusty said, see my hands? They always in the way. I tell you, I'm still not used to this thing. That's why I can't wait for P to come help me put this on the TV. Because you know I'm going to start going in the,
okay.
the podcast room. Yeah.
Okay.
And then you there, we could sit back, you know, and do
Yeah,
some little
yeah,
different things.
yeah,
You know what I
that'd be
mean?
good.
I'm really with that, you know. And she said yes and never stop praying. Hey, I do that 24/7, Anitra. Ain't that something? I'm a person that didn't even have God in my life when I went into recovery. You know what I mean? I blame God for everything from when I was a little girl.
Wow.
I blamed it on him because my prayers wasn't answered. Like what it takes to get a prayer answer around here. You know what I'm saying? And I really had a problem with that. You know, coming from a God-fearing mother. You know what I mean? When I got out there on my own, I really had a problem with that because things just never like went the way that I really wanted them to go.
Wow.
You know, and then the life I chose to live, they was going and then they was going in the wrong direction. Oh shit, that was nice, wasn't it? Sometimes I gotta hear myself. You know what I'm saying? When I'm saying things. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm speaking from the gut. I'm speaking from the honesty, the realness.
And that's what I love about you.
You know, yeah.
You keep it.
And I done threw myself off what I was saying. I do that in a heartbeat. Y'all know I make up words and add shit. Add stuff in. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, when I was not believing in God, I didn't feel like nothing was wrong about that.
Wow.
Because I had no feelings. So my sickness had took my feelings a long time ago on that area. You know what I mean? Because disease takes its time. It don't allow you to know what it's doing. You know, like back then I didn't even know I had a sickness. You feeling what I'm saying?
That's giving me an understanding with my mom because that just clicked.
See that?
That
You
just
know, the
clicked.
more you talk about it,
Yeah.
the more you hear, because you're listening.
Yeah, I'm listening.
You'll start seeing.
Yep.
Excuse me, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just like a lot of things you were saying, that's why it made me piggyback off of stuff.
Right.
Like maybe I can say this and, you know, run into that. You know what I mean? Because I hear it and see it so much. I see some people successfully getting through it with their parents, and I see some that still have not. But don't give up hope with it, though.
But I thank God my heart is still soft. Like, I've been through a lot, but my heart has always remained soft and pure no matter what has happened to me. And I think that is what helps me. That's why I know I have favor. I lack nothing no matter what has happened.
But I feel in my heart, you know, and my spirituality, you know, from my higher power, he can make anything happen.
I do believe that.
You know what I mean? It's all a perfect timing. That's what I choose to call it, a perfect timing. And we all are under construction in life. You know what I'm saying? We're under construction.
To the day we die.
Not destruction.
To the day we die.
You follow what I'm saying? And when you learn how to recognize these things in your life and come to believe, you know, in higher power than yourself, you know, things just become great. It becomes great. And don't let nobody else in that don't belong. You know, just listen to what that voice is saying. You know what I mean? And because the voice can be quiet. It's a quiet thing. You know what I mean? And it can be calm. You know what I'm saying? And then that thing could be vicious. You follow me? That thing is cunning, baffling, and powerful. When it got you, it's going to turn your life upside down. You understand what I'm saying?
I understand.
That's what it did. I was like, damn. You know?
But to God be the glory. Look at you now. Look at you now.
Bing, bing. Damn right. Bing, bing. That's why I'm fighting it. That's why I'm talking my talk. You know what I'm saying? It tries to come at me. Look at this. Threw lupus at me. You follow what I'm saying? Then smack me in the face with rheumatoid arthritis. You know what I'm saying? Make me fall. Make my memory fly sometimes. You know what I mean? It do a lot of things to me because it want to shut me up. But it's not going to shut me up. You follow what I'm saying? I'm going to continue to work for my Father. You follow what I'm saying? And if I can help anybody because I'm helping his people that he wants to keep, you know what I mean? And I'm giving some information and education and helping them turn to the other side, of course he's going to be my enemy. Of course he's going to try to, I'm starting to feel this shit. Damn, I'm ready to stand up, girl. I'm telling you, this thing is good. I love this thing. You know, I understand him. You know what I mean? I know how he works because he lived in me too long. You follow? Right. So I acknowledge him when he's about. I hear him when he's speaking. You know? I hear him through working through you. You know what I mean? And everybody that he works through. Thanks for the hearts, y'all, because I'm really feeling this thing. And I'm learning more and more and more and growing more and more and more. I don't know. I look at all kinds of podcasts. Patrice's podcast. You know what I'm saying? Michelle and them podcasts. Because I learned from it. Bishop Hannah podcast. I learned from all of them. His wife. All of them. You know? When he sat on this couch and he read what he felt I was doing that made so much sense out of the scriptures.
Wow.
I don't know how to read scriptures. I'm learning. I'm trying. But he hit me on a note.
Wow.
I was like, wow. I have to start reading some of these things.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He explained it so clearly, and I will always appreciate that he did that for me. I felt so good. You know what I mean? That I got something from the Bible that I was representing, you know, as the same as this person, you know, in the Bible. That was such a heart-filling and heart-touching situation. He's another one that's one of Yana Reed's, y'all. Okay. He deserves every bit of it because he was all up in me, and I had a great time, you know, that night. So I know, y'all, we can get to rolling. Y'all know how this goes. You know what I mean? Come on here. Say some more. Give him some more. I'm going to lay back and catch my breath because I was rolling, wasn't I?
You were rolling.
I was rolling. I'm telling y'all. I need a little wait time. Go ahead.
But, you know, I really, really have enjoyed this experience sitting on the couch. And I hope that this live has helped somebody because I know it's a lot of people that may have experienced some of the things that I've talked about. Or maybe you have a friend or a family member that's experiencing some of the things that I've talked about. Just know that you're not alone. And at the end of the day, if you have to go sit on somebody's couch, like if you need to go talk to a therapist,
hit those hearts. Give her them hearts, y'all.
Talk to a therapist. I literally was talking to a therapist. I had the same therapist from 2011 to 2024. And guess what? I decided to take my healing in my own hands and say, you know what? I don't need therapy no more. and I just started doing the work myself. And I've been fine. I'm not saying everybody can do that. I journaled, I meditated, I did healing circle, I did a lot of different holistic practices. Everybody can't do what I did, because if you was doing therapy and you just kind of shy away from that, it could be
dangerous.
It could be dangerous, but
dangerous.
it worked for me.
What works for you
do
works
what
for you.
Right. But I encourage people to like get the help that you need.
Girl, they got a heart party going on.
Get
Thank
the
you,
help
thank you,
that
thank
you
you.
need. Get the help that you need, and don't allow anybody to shame you for speaking your truth.
Go ahead.
Don't allow anybody to shame you for getting help.
Go ahead.
Because it's like,
That's
right.
right.
It's some people are suffering because they're embarrassed. They
Shamed.
don't want to look like, okay, something's wrong with me because I need to go to therapy. Like, it's nothing wrong with therapy.
Ooh, girl, they blowing this thing
It's
up. Go ahead,
wrong
y'all.
with
Hallelujah.
There's nothing wrong with therapy. And you know what? Some of us on here are the generational curse breakers.
Go ahead.
We are the ones that are meant to break some of the negative cycles in our family.
Go ahead.
And when you have that on your life, you're going to go through some challenges.
That's right.
You're going to be misunderstood. You're
Gonna be like, I ain't scared.
yeah. you got to be able to just stand firm and being the one to be the change agent, to be the generational cycle breaker. Oh man, that's a tough.
Hey.
You did it.
Hey,
you did it.
Hey, look, I feel good all over. Y'all hear what I'm saying? I feel good all over. You know what I mean? Praising God that I can help people. I can help somebody. You feel me? I don't even look for it back. You follow? Because some people don't know how to give it back.
But
you
you
follow
be
what I'm
blessed.
saying?
You still
But
be
I
blessed.
pray for them anyway.
Amen.
You know what I mean?
Amen.
And like I said, you can't hurt the feelings. You can't, because I give it to who I know I should give it to, and he always take care of it. I'm not saying I'm a brick wall and I can't cry or I can't be hurt. Hey, look, I know what that pain feels like hurt now. You know what I mean? I don't want it because I don't like it. You know what I mean? And if it's bothering me so much, I got to live, let God. You got me?
Yep.
Learn all of that from this. You follow?
I need to get a copy of
Girl,
that.
I got to give it to you. I'm going to give it to you. You ain't got to worry about that.
Okay.
I'm going to give it to you, girl. You're going to love this. You're going to say, Miss Tracy?
I definitely want a copy.
That was the
Put it in my
bomb.
office. Put that in
There it
my
is.
office.
I'm going to give you that right here.
Thank you.
There it is.
Thank you.
There, I keep them. You know what I mean? Yeah, look. This disease taught me so much. This disease, you know, they wrote a poem, y'all, about disease. I don't know if I ever read that to you, but this is when I was in rehab, okay? Many, many years ago. I give it to my clients because when I read this thing turned my life around. Let me tell you what it says. Listen real good. My mic up. It said, I am your disease. I hate meetings. I hate higher powers. I hate anyone who has a program. Okay, to all who come in contact with me, I wish you death and I wish you suffering. Allow me to introduce myself. I am the disease of addiction. Cunning, baffling, and powerful. That's me. I have killed millions and I am pleased. I love to catch you with the element of surprise. I love pretending I am your friend and lover. I have given you comfort. I have not. Wasn't I there when you were lonely? When you wanted to die? Didn't you call me? I was there.
I'm getting chills.
I love to make you hurt. I love to make you cry. Better yet, I can't feel anything at all. Hate passion. You hear what I'm saying? This story is true. I will give you instant gratification, and all I ask of you is long-term suffering. I've been there for you always. When things was going right in your life, you invited me. You said you didn't deserve these good things. I was the only one who would agree with you. Together, we are able to destroy all things good in your life. You hear this?
Wow, that's...
You hear this? You hear this, beast? You know, people don't take me serious. They take strokes serious. Heart attacks serious. Even diabetes they take serious. Fools. Fools they are. They don't know that without me, without my help, these things would not be possible. I am such a hated disease, and yet I do not come uninvited. You hear that? You choose to have me.
Wow.
So many have chosen me over reality and peace. You hear that? More than you hate me, I hate all of you who have a 12-step program. Your programs, your meetings, your higher powers all weaken me. I can't function in the manner I am accustomed to. You hear that? Your programs, your meetings, your higher powers weaken me. That is so true. Now I must lie here quietly. You don't see me, but I am growing bigger than ever. When you only exist, I may live. You hear what I'm saying? When you only exist, it may live. You know, when you live, I only exist. But I am here. And until we meet again, if we meet again, I wish you death and suffering.
That is a powerful poem.
Is this thing powerful or what?
It's powerful.
Is this thing vicious or what? This thing helped save my life. It was just like disease was just talking to
It's
me.
there to kill and destroy.
That's what it's there to do. Everything you see and you're still suffering, addicts and alcoholics that's in your life or yourself. I hope you heard me what I was reading. You know, I kept this thing all the way up till now, and I always keep it.
Wow, that's powerful.
Because when I was calling myself to try to drink, I had to go here. You know what I mean? I had to realize that, like I said, I'm going to be there when we meet again.
Jesus.
You understand what I'm saying? You can't change a drug of choice. You follow? Because that's why it's in remission. I can't get rid of it. It's in remission. And sometimes, like I said, it's quiet. It's a sneaky thing. Oh, you can have a glass of wine. No, the hell you can't. You follow? That's the setup. You feel what I'm saying? I take this with everything, like I said, that comes around in my life. This is how I look at it. That's what helped me become the flower that I am.
How many people did you have to lose when you got on this path to like sober living? Like, did you lose like your whole squad?
Girl, I lost so many friends, it was pathetic.
Wow.
Yeah, I lost a lot of people around me. And that's okay, you know, because all that was God. He was giving me the pathway, you know, to find me and get the feeling of what it's like to be without him. You know what I mean? Or to be alone. You know, I love being alone now. You know, I love being right here in my haven. You know what I mean? I don't go out. I really don't go out. You know, I don't go to certain things.
Right.
You know what I mean? I don't do funerals if I don't have to. You know what I mean? I like to keep people and their memories of people in my heart.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's just from losing my son, losing my mother, my sister. You know what I mean? I used to go to funerals all the time, but death in personal life took me to another direction.
Understood.
You know what I'm saying?
Understood.
And I know some people like, she ain't never out no more. She ain't never doing this. Well, like I said, there's a meaning behind everything. You know what I mean?
But you have peace.
But I got peace. Yeah.
That's priceless.
Ain't that priceless? It is, and I love it. I don't miss none of it. I really don't. I don't hate on nobody, but for me, I don't miss none of it. I'm glad I found the light, and I hope the light stay on. You know what I mean? You heard me say hope the light stay on, because nobody is promised to tomorrow. And you have to live one day at a time.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? I must say that. We all have to live one day at a time because nothing is promised. You know, we just got to hope, you know, and pray and just ask God to keep us right. So praying for me is normal. Praying for me is always. You know what I'm saying? Praying for you is always. You know what I'm saying? Praying is praying. You know, I do more than that than anything. You know what I'm saying? Even if I'm wrong. I ain't always right, but even if I'm wrong, and like I said, I'm still a work in progress.
We all are. To
You
the
know?
day we die.
Yeah, I'm still a work in progress. So I know we getting closer. What time is it?
It's 8:26. We've been on here for like
We
an
good.
hour.
It's good. Look, that's what happens on Living in My Truth. Sometimes I got live till 9 o'clock. We be getting it in. When it's good, and they stay with you. They stay. You see, he's still here. They stay with you. You know what I mean? Because it's good information. You know what I mean? And they're really adoring you and I sharing our strengths and hopes.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And your topic was great.
Thank
That's
you.
why I said when you went there, you saw when I went like this to you when I was on with a CMP, right?
Yep, CMP.
When she started talking, I was like this. You need to be on.
You did say you need to be on the couch.
You need to be on the couch. Hold that thought. That's what I told her. You got to come sit on the couch. I'm so glad you did.
I'm so glad you invited me.
I'm so glad, girl. You got me hyped right now too. Y'all know I'm real hyped. Y'all know how I get when I get real hyped. You know what I mean? But y'all, guess what? Don't forget about the LNMT Awards. Come on out and share with us. Come on out and celebrate with us. Walk that purple carpet and put on your finest gear. You follow what I'm saying? Because you know that fashions is #1. I love it. You know what I mean? Y'all know what we do. We put it on and we come. The entertainment is great. You know what I mean? The food is going to be delicious. Sharon is doing the show.
Oh,
Howie is cooking.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Food going to be good.
Hey, look, we're going to be getting it in. We're going to tear it up. I got great entertainment that's coming to you. You know what I mean? It's going to be really heartfelt, you know, from everything that's going to be, you know, attending at the LMMT Awards. Great honorees, you know what I mean? Everybody deserve an award, you know, for their truths, their stories, and their love and caring for others. And that's what it's all about. Check my girl out on the CMP
Uncomfortable
radio.
Conversations.
Absolutely. What's it called?
Uncomfortable Conversations.
Uncomfortable Conversations. You know, she is awesome. I love her when I watch her on. You could just see it. You know, when you could feel somebody through this, that's power.
You said that, yeah.
That's power.
Thank you.
Yes, that's power. Her and Onk.
Yep.
Her and Onk. Pierre, her and Pierre. Y'all such a match.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Y'all bring it out of each other.
We do.
Y'all bring it out of each other.
I give him credit. I give him credit for that.
Pierre's coming, you know, on a CMP radio. He's coming. You know what I mean? Perfect timing is when he'll get here. You know what I mean? But, you know, he's doing so great with what he does, you know, and everybody's busy, you know, but we'll find ways to come and support each other.
Absolutely.
You know, and that's most important too, y'all. We have to learn how to support each other. You know what I mean?
For sure.
Sometimes I said, you can come sit on the couch just to be my company. I do talking. You know what I'm saying? I do talking. You ain't got to say nothing. You know what I mean?
Right.
But it's just a feeling that I guarantee you, if you come sit on this couch with me and whatever the conversation is, you're going to get in it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You're going to get in it. And when you come on this camera, y'all, it's nothing about being shy because it's going to become natural. When you see the results of what you get, the stars, this is the star party. When you see that they was killing your star party today.
Aww.
I can't wait to see your numbers. You know what I mean? When you know that people hear you and listen to you and respecting you, you know, and loving you at this moment, you know what I mean? That's a blessing. That's a great blessing.
It is.
You know what I'm saying? And I appreciate you being on here.
Thank you for having me.
Hey, y'all, let's give her some applaud and some hearts. You know what I mean? We got to get her to come back again because y'all know on the couch, you don't come once, you come as many times as you need to.
I will.
Many times as you want to.
I'll come back.
You can call me and say, Miss Trey, I got something I want to say. I got to go. Let's come. I don't ask no questions. Now, I'm going to be honest with y'all. She had something written to come on here for. We ain't even discussed that. We was on this. You know what I mean?
Yep.
I told you, when you get comfortable, it's going to pop.
You did.
It's going to come. You follow?
You did.
And I hope you got something from it.
I did.
You know, I don't care if it's this much. That's right, heart party. Y'all know I be saying star, and we push it hard. I told you. I tell that lupus thing ain't no joke. It ain't no joke. It ain't nothing but the devil trying to get me too, but I ain't going to let it. If I say star, y'all know I meant hearts. How about that? You know, but thank y'all for coming on. Please get your tickets because tickets is really starting to go fast now. You know what I mean? Because it's getting closer. I'm sorry y'all missed the pre-tickets. You know what I mean? Tickets are $50. If you guys want to go, inbox me. You know what I mean? Or most of you that know my number, just call me. And for all the honorees, you can get tickets from them. Okay? So we're going to come on off this thing tonight. You know, we'll be back. Thanks for all these hearts. I'm appreciating them all. Thank everybody who sent stars on here as well. You know, I didn't even put my My
What?
see what the devil do? You see, he just took my whole damn thought.
I had a long day at work, so
and
I
flipped
can't
it.
even.
You know what I'm saying? I had a hard day at work today. Yo, we on here, they teaching me how to do this technology thing. You know, we got to do looking for the clients on all this thing, all them things I had to do today, but I was in there though.
Okay.
I was in there though, yo. I told you, anything I touch, I'ma get. You believe that? All you gotta do is show me. I'm hands on. So you got everybody around acting like they miracles. You know what I mean? And good with all this stuff. I'm gonna catch it.
You gonna catch it.
You follow? I'm going to catch it, and I'm going to be good at it. You just believe that. Just show me my part. I ain't worried about nothing else. Show me my part, you know. But thanks, y'all, for coming on. I enjoyed you guys, as I always do. I appreciate y'all. All of you guys have been saint to me, and I can't say enough to let you guys know how much I appreciate you. Because if it was no you, it would be no this, you know. So I'm always going to give you just as much of this then I can have myself. I'm not selfish, and I'm gonna keep coming on for every week. God gives me that strength to do. I think we got past that right here. Yeah. But I appreciate everybody. Let me give y'all some hearts. You know, before you go, I done took the whole thing, y'all, off the screen. I tell you, these fingers, it just don't hit stuff right. I don't know what it is. Oh, I ain't got my pen on. You know. But sometimes it's do this and it's stuck. It gets stuck, yeah. You know, but it do that. But y'all, I am trying to send those hearts out, but my love is to you all. So I thank everybody for coming on tonight. I always go off with the serenity prayer. God grant me the serenity to accept the things I can't change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. God's will, not ours. I see you guys next Wednesday. And get your tickets for the L and T Awards. See, I still get up and hit finish.
That's how it fast.
Told you when you get there, you talking this stuff, man, and these jokers are sending all this stuff and all this emotional stuff, and when the topic is good and we relate, it just flow.
Right.
It just flow, but it's a good feeling with it.
Right.
You know what I mean? Once I start talking, I get hyped. You know.
You do.
My friends, no, they be like, Miss T, you should be an emotional, inspirational speaker.
You could.
You know, I did this before. Crozier used to send me different places, Florida, all of these colleges and stuff.
Because it comes from the heart.
Yeah. You know, when I first got clean, they just liked my style. You know what I mean? And I just talked the real shit.
And people respect that.
They respect it. They respect the truth. You know what I mean?
You someone that commands respect. Like, you
I've
own
been that way always.
Oh.
Yeah. I've been that way all my life.
That's
you
a
know
blessing.
What I mean?
That's a blessing.
All my life. I've always been. Breon got a show.
Okay.
Yeah.
Check some of these other shows.
I want to check his show out because I've never seen it.
Okay.
But I realized he had a podcast.
Okay.
Yeah, so you gotta check him out. You see him, let me know.
Okay.
You know, I didn't know he did, but I see him on y'all's all the time.
Okay.
Too. Yeah, I'm just really starting to check out people with podcasts.
Okay.
Because I've never really been on this thing.
Okay.
I've been on this thing since I started this. That's it.
Wow.
You'll see me on personal stuff.
Okay.
I'm only on what's going to make this flow.
Okay.
I've never been on Facebook. Is this him? Oh, that ain't him.
That's Kevin.
I never been on a Facebook, into Facebook.
Okay.
TikTok, people telling me I should put my stuff on TikTok.
It probably would go viral.
It's like,
I don't know how to use TikTok.
I don't know how to do all that stuff. I'm still trying to learn this.
You
Girl,
will
I'm
learn
old school.
it. You will learn it.
I'm still trying to learn this
Here
thing.
you go.
You know? Yeah, people forget to get these P's.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. This is what P drove all the way down here to do for me.
That's nice.
He said she needs some sound.
Oh.
That's what he told Quenisha.
Okay. You know, I went to Pulaski with your daughter Tanisha.
Did you really?
Yeah.
You live right around the corner too.
Really? Yeah.
Wait till she see. She probably gonna know who you are.
Yeah, I remember Tanisha from Pulaski.
You used to live on, I think, Holland Avenue when she went to Pulaski. If I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
Yeah.
Man.
I don't even know how to work this thing. I just plug it in and put them on. He was showing me up. Look, Mary, she like this. Hey, mommy.
Hey, your eyes still playing.
Oh, shit.